everybody. Trick or treat, it's the NBA. We're glad to get spooky with you tonight. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, playing in Los Angeles presents unique challenges. Lakers great Magic Johnson says Hollywood's right there. And you can't go too close to all of that because it'll take away from winning. So you have to be disciplined to play in LA, and remember that with the Lakers, it's all about winning championships. Kevin?
It sure is, and the banners to prove it, David. Thank you. While we get a break, let's take a look at the October standings out west. Look at the Lakers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Houston, 3.5 back.
And, you know, for the Lakers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The forwards for them, Tate and Tice. The backcourt made up of Wall and Green. And it's Wood in its center. And for the Lakers,
here we go.
LeBron and Davis, the dynamic forward pair. Irving is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Embiid in at the center position. Well, it's certainly our treat to bring you, the fans, NBA action here on Halloween. And Greg, as a parent, how many pieces of candy do your kids get to have in one night?
Oh, they came back loaded down, and you can't let them eat it all. Maybe 5 pieces or so, and then they forget about it. Just trying to stagger and get to Christmas.
You know, the strategy used to be in defending LeBron, make him shoot jump shots, long jump shots. He's countered that strategy by becoming a knockdown three-point shooter.
Team foul.
So it's the Rockets now. Here's Wall, and Wall slams it home.
Well, it takes elevation to finish like Wall here, and that's not a dunk that just anybody can pull off. You got to have some special ability to do that.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Inside, here's Tice, and Tice throws it down.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
And great to see Wall beat a couple major injuries. Had to attack rehab twice. Doesn't always get enough credit for his dedication to the game.
Here's Tate. Off target from three-point range. Lakers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Davis using that athleticism to battle it out on the glass. From in that tight, hard to stop AD.
Here's Wall. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Here's Wood, and finished off by Wood. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And on the way from Irving for 3, nailed from three-point land. And for Wall, Greg, has his game changed at all now that he's into his 30s?
And he's so much stronger now. Just as liable to go through you and around you. Better at varying the tempo and controlling the pace of the game.
And the Lakers making a change here. Walker's checked in.
Walker.
Wall against Walker. Tice sets a screen for Wall. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Three-pointer. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Davis.
Walker always shot ready. This is why you can't lay off of him, especially when the ball's going towards him.
All taking his time here. Not going to go that time. Good D by Embiid. Lakers leading by 5. Pass to Terrell. It's stolen by Tate. Knocked away. That's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Second in opponent points per game. 5th in blocks. And they were top 10 in opponent field goal percentage They did not give up a lot of easy looks on that side.
And the defensive ranking, GA, you brought up, right near the top of the league. They had attitude at that end of the floor. Now here's Wall, and the shot goes in.
After the injuries Wall has suffered, it's great to see Wall out there making plays.
Terrell, the pass to LeBron, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
It's trailed by 6. Here's Wall, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A true leader on and off the floor. Wall is a super charitable guy.
No doubt about it, GA. I mean, he raised money for rent assistance. He donated N95 masks and meals to hospitals, and that was done just in the last year or so. Very, very outgoing with his generosity.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nerlens Noel checks in for Daniel Tice. David Nwaba comes in for Tate. And Gordon subbed in for Green.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks Chelsea.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks. You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And here's Davis for 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
How about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And checking out the numbers for Davis, great showing for him last season. He averaged 22 points per game last season, 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Embiid. And a change for the Rockets. Martin's checked in for Wood. Good on the second free throw.
Give tons of credit to John Wall for evolving his game. I mean, his second year in the league, Wall made just 3 three-pointers. But he's worked tirelessly on his shot, becoming pretty reliable and solid from three-point length.
And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. 10-point lead. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Houston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Augustine's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. From deep, Walker. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Walker's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
They recover it. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Lakers lead by 15. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And plenty of scoring on this team, but Kyrie Irving knows he's always got the green light.
Coach just wants me to be aggressive, to set the tone early in the game, and that kind of sets up all my teammates and sets the standard for the rest of the game and how I want the game to go.
Agreed, and for an NBA defense, few more scary, Greg, than Kyrie Irving with his foot on the gas.
Yeah, because he doesn't just score on you. When he gets in that mode, Irving can make you look silly.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Howard and AD play together down on the block. Big Daddy is out there with Irving, and it's LeBron in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Houston Rockets are rebuilding, and that's a hard pivot for a team that, until last season, was pursuing titles. The new front office has been candid. It's presented challenges as they look to go young and stack up draft picks. They plan to make constant bets on unproven talent as they build toward the future. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you.
Free T-shirt. Let's hear it, fans. All right. Look who's coming under the court. Get loud. Here they are. Your Laker Girls.
So for the Rockets, Daniel Tice comes in for Martin, and John Wall subbed in for Augustine. There might be more talent at the point guard position now, Greg, than there's ever been in the NBA. But who do you think sits at the top of that list?
I mean, Kevin, there's so many incredible talents, and not that I'm dodging it, but honestly, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It depends on what kind of tickles your fancy in terms of the point guard. If it's the ability to shoot and play without it, Steph's at the top of your league list, but then you get a guy like Chris Paul, who I think is as good as anybody's ever been in the pick and roll. So they're just different ways to approach this thing. And, of course, now I've forgotten 4 or 5 guys that I should have added into this conversation. Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Fires the 3, gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 8 points.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And the first thing you notice about Green, the next level athleticism, incredible burst off the dribble, and makes smooth adjustments midair.
And one can only imagine what Green will be like, Greg, with a little time.
Still refining his shot release, still working on getting others involved. But we haven't seen a 2-guard into the league with this much potential in quite some time.
Embiid, he's checked in for the Lakers. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Davis. Irving passes to Anthony. And another 3 for the Lakers.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving.
That's his third
foul of the game. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
To the middle, here's Wall. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. He's got 8.
And he's got great length for a point guard, and Wall repeatedly is able to do damage inside because of it.
Here's Terrell. Connects from three-point range.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Lakers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Christian Woods checked in for Noel, and David Nwaba subbed in for Green. Now here's Wall. He's got 8. And Wood, the bucket on the assist by Wall. Woods got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Who wants a t-shirt? All right, look who's coming under the court. Get loud. Here they are, your Laker girls.
Taking a look at some numbers here for Kyrie Irving. Coming off a terrific season, putting in about 27 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Wall.
Oh, yeah! This is John Wall at his absolute best. In attack mode, going right to the rack.
Irving's shot is good.
Certainly starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game, his 2nd in this quarter.
Wall against Irving. Wood a screen on Irving. Here's Wall, and he converts the layup. He's got 12.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
3 triples for him this quarter, 4 overall.
For Houston, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. He lobs it up, and Tice throws it down.
This is what John Wall is built to do. Attack the defense, create for himself and others.
James looking around. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The 3. It's hauled in by LeBron. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's Terrell. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 5 assists tonight.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Outside, Wall. And it's Tice in the corner. Hands it from downtown. Tice has got 11 points. And so it's Los Angeles, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joel, the reserves have been a big story. What are you seeing from them?
The bench has helped us a lot. They've come in, they scored the ball, they've gotten stops, so we're going to need them to keep it going.
We'll see if they can close it out in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away.
Greetings, folks. First up, let's see some scores from across the league. The Kings came out on top against the Mavericks in Dallas. They're now 2-2 in their last 4 outings.
Just another great example of you have to bring maximum effort to win in this league.
And taking a look now at that first half, what a showing it's been so far for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, they've been incredible from beyond the arc. They're scoring the three in bunches, sinking them at a high rate. If the defense continues to allow open looks in the second half, I'll keep saying, fire, fire.
And enough of our shenanigans. It's time to send you back courtside for the second half.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. It's been a clinic out there by Big Daddy.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
So on the floor for Houston, the backcourt made up of Wall and Green. The pairing up front, Tice and Wood. And it's Tate in at the small forward. This is his third trip to the free throw line.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Wall nails both of them. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
It's the three-point bomb.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And more than one observer, Greg, has called Irving the most entertaining player in the game. What do you think?
A lot of competition for that distinction. But Irving does some things that no one else can, at least at his level. And then you never know when he's going to give us a juicy soundbite.
And here's Wall, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Count it. Wall's got 16.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Terrell, and another basket for the Lakers.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way, but Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, is the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. Wall. Oh, what a finish!
Goodness. Tell you one thing, it's a bonus to have a guard who can flush it like that. I mean, Wall gets up high on these jams.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Wall. That one misses. Good D by Embiid.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And here's Wall, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving.
Well, I tell you what, somebody has gotten John Wall stoked tonight. Doesn't matter who's guarding him. He's performing at a high level in this one.
And that one's good, James.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
1:46 left in the third quarter of the game. Floats it up for Wood. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Wood flying up to slam down the alley-oop. emphatically.
And here is Los Angeles now. From deep, James. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
Irving against Wall. And he slams it down right on top of Joel Embiid.
How about that? Wall's been in the league over a decade, and he still got that impressive vertical. Love watching him rise up and throw it down.
Embiid with the steal. Now the pass to Irving. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, my goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Here's Wall. What a terrific move that was. Wall's got 14 points now in the second half.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Andre Drummond's checked in for the Lakers. Beal comes in for Big Daddy. Houston with a big group substitution here. Noel's checked in for Christian Wood. Kenyon Martin Jr. comes in for Daniel Tice. David Nwaba is checked in for Tate. And Gordon subbed in for Green.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Here's Wall. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Here's Martin. That one, no good. And so it's Los Angeles holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Houston Rockets. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Frank Vogel is out there. Kevin Love out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Beal in at the point guard position.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Took him no time at all on that one. Love's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Wall against Beal. The 10-footer. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Wall figures out ways to draw fouls and turn those into points. He is a dynamic point guard.
And this August, the Summer League was back in Las Vegas, Greg, and that's where you're from. That's where you played. How pleased are you to see your hometown become a mecca for the game in the offseason?
Oh, it is such a proud moment for me, born and raised here, growing up here. And quite honestly, I'm just thrilled that we have Summer League again. After what we've gone through, partner, it is just a breath of fresh air to get back to focusing on the little things.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for LeBron. One minute now into this 4th quarter. Pass to Garuba. Houston moving the ball around. And stolen by Kuzma. Jacks up a three. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
Rockets ball.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
And, you know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
A free throw drops for Augustine. And in this era of player empowerment, Clark, you think star players have ever had more leverage than they do today?
No question they have not. With social media, the platforms players have been able to build, the following the NBA has, not just domestically, but globally, all of that has converged to give players a significant amount of power. And not to discount the fact that players are more aware and educated in so many of the business aspects of the game than I've ever seen them, and that's an encouraging sign from my perspective.
Here's Augustine, hands it from short range.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Rise and fire. Young fellow, that's Love's mindset. Knows his team depends on him to take and make those shots.
They get it back. And it's sent back by Drummond.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Over to the wing. Here's Garuba. Rebounded by Smart.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist from Smart. Love's got 9 points now in just the second half. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And Clark, the NBA is supporting those players who use their platform for change. In 2021, the NBA created the new Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Award.
Yeah, that sends a really powerful message because those who have followed the career of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was my idol as I was growing up, know that he not only performed at the highest level between the lines, but he has always been a voice and an activist for social justice, for education, for doing what's right and decent. His career outside of basketball clearly embodies what being about human rights is all about. So that's a really powerful message and one that I'm glad to see the NBA put forth.
Augustine, that's good.
Guys, Augustine's so good at staying under control on these difficult finishes. Great focus from the veteran.
Augustine against Beal. And here's Love from the arc. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist.
Kevin Love.
Beal's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And asserting themselves up front here, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two. They've got to feel good about getting the upper hand tonight against the Rockets.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Here's Augustine. Lays it up off the glass.
You know, it's obvious and easy to talk about Augustine's speed. He's a speed merchant, but how about his creativity there?
And Love has it in the corner. And another 3 for the Lakers.
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Augustine. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Passes it to Terrell. Over Green. Again, the Lakers.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
A three-pointer is right on target.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you have accomplished so much in this league. How have you sustained it for this long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point, and I would never take the game for granted. That's why I try to give everything I can till I can't give no more. And I've been around some great players, great coaches, great organizations. And for me to have this opportunity right here means a lot, and I'm very humble.
Well, we appreciate all the work you've put in, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always.